He just needs a DN. He needs a DN. I was looking at his everything else pretty much sold up.
Yeah,
He
hit
just
him up.
needs a DN.
Hit him up. Say I got him. Oh, that's what
No,
he
I
said.
did.
That's all he said. I mean,
Yeah, that's all he said. Let me see what he says. I run him back, but I kind of put extras on it too. Like, come on, man. I mean, I didn't say come on, but I was like, it's too young. I said 2 stars for my young X Factor. I was like, I don't know what you can counter and give me for him, but I don't think I would trade with him if Chark ain't involved.
hey, how do I take off the sound on here? On my channel when I'm streaming. Mm-hmm. Audio share settings.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here we go. 180!
Hey, we got a seal.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers. And then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
21. Under 10.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Here we go.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Garoppolo. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Garoppolo. Kenny Young showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Matt Breida, 82 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times have we talked about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here we go, here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bound to lose one.
Play action, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And coming off a 1-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, got it.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st down, here's Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Hey, gun.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo buying time to his left. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Michel on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
That's the way. Watch the ship.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Hey, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they will run it with Michel, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Garoppolo looks to throw. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
From the 17, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Davante Adams, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Wilson throws right side, and that's complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Oh, good move. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
On 3rd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Now Wilson on 1st down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
11.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now it's Breida, and he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Vigil in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Samuels. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert. Here we go. Check 55 to Mike. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Throwing is Wilson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Watch the pass. 25.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And he finds Howard complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, he's going to loft one deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 54 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. That's what I do. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Garoppolo now, 9 of 17 through the air. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, we got a seal. Watch twist.
65.
Hey, switch gears.
Quick the edge.
They'll run with Michel. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
14.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Kendall Beckwith on the stop. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That good for 19 and a first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with Breida. That he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Matt Breida, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And now it's blocked. And the Jets weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, past the 20, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo now steps away to his left. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. That he gets this deep into Patriot territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Ziggy Ansah in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They run again with Breida. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home, You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position